Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is round number 8 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series. Qualifying currently underway. Scott Ramler, your provisional pole sitter. Michael Thwaites in second. Adam Capps in third. Joining me up in the broadcast booth, the one and only Gary Wells.
Well, good to be up here with you tonight, AJ. As always, we're here in Las Vegas. And, Las Vegas is an interesting track. The way that they were practicing here, AJ, in final practice before we launched here for the stream here and for qualifying, gonna look like a mini Dega, I think, a little bit here tonight for the first few laps until the tires fall off. But I think otherwise, I think we're in for a good show here tonight.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in a good show. All these trucks basically have the same mentality when it comes to that tire wear and how far they're going to push it. It's all about really executing at that point. Like you just mentioned, for the first couple laps of a run, I wouldn't be surprised if we stay full throttle all the way around. But it's going to be who is going to be able to take care of those Goodyear Eagle tires to withstand a 45-lap stage. But we're going to have to pit within those first 45 laps, Gary. You have it marked anywhere from 28 to 32. So it's going to be really interesting if we have a caution in between, or if we're going to have somebody try to stretch it as far as possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see these guys trying to stretch it here with the stage being lap 45 and of course, the fuel window being just outside of that to be able to make it. So, excuse me. It's going to be a challenge for these drivers tonight, but I do think that it is going to work out for a lot of these guys. And again, saving tire and track position here at Las Vegas, we've noticed here in the past, AJ, is very much king here.
Yeah, and as you mentioned the past, why don't you run everybody at home through what we've seen at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got season 19. The race took place here in May of 2023. We had, it was 143 laps for the race that day, similar to what we got here tonight, a little bit longer race. We had 8 leaders for 17 lead changes, only 1 caution. Ed Morris led the most laps at 88, starting from that pole position, and won the race. And then a couple seasons prior to that, season 18 back in 2021, we had 137 laps for the race that night. We had 9 leaders for 17 lead changes, 4 cautions for 15 laps in this race. The pole sitter was Mike Rominger, and he won the race. He led 19 laps, but his teammate Ed Morris led the most laps with 50 laps and finished second. So prime time 1-2 for season 18 in the truck race here. And then season 17, similar race distance to what we're going to have tonight. It was 133 laps, 5 leaders for 8 lead changes. This race was back in July of 21. 1 caution for 3 laps. We had Curtis Vollmer. He led 22 laps. The winner of the race was William Hartman. He started second. He led 101 out of 133 laps. So those two, it seemed like, were the class of the field, but William Hartman really stood out. Fast fact for y'all, though, for one to watch, and I'll just segue into this real quick. Ed Morris has an average finish the last 3 races at Las Vegas of 4.3, and he's led the most laps in 2 out of the last 3 Vegas truck races here. So, primetime motorsports, Mike Rominger too. He's no slouch at this place, but Ed Morris, the numbers never lie. He's really good here, and he's actually going to be my winner pick too.
Yeah, my winner pick is the 48 of Paul Irvin, currently in second. Your pick, Ed Morris, currently qualified in that 5th position. I don't see Logan Kogar, Ed Morris Sr., and Daniel Krim taking a time. So it looks like the 57 Ford F-150 of Scott Ramler is going to be our pole sitter this evening. But before we talk to him, Gary, let's look at those points real fast as we are closing into the playoffs. Justin Opplinger with a very nice lead over second place Dalton Fredericks.
Yeah, pretty nice lead over Dalton Fredericks there. He's definitely been the one to beat. He's got the most wins. He's got the most playoff points as of right now. He's projected to win the regular season as it stands. If we were to start the playoffs today, obviously we're not, but if that were the case, he would be the front runner.
Yeah, so I was waiting for the transition so it didn't glitch out the overlay. Dalton Fredericks with a 318. He's got to worry about Daniel Krim. I know Dalton's starting P17 and Krim really towards the back of the field. But let's talk to our pole sitter real fast, the driver of the number 57. It's Scott Ramler. Scott, congratulations on the pole 2 nights in a row on the channel where you're going to start up front.
Yep. And unlike Indianapolis last night, all I had to do this time was run an IndyCar line and hold the throttle to the floor.
Well, don't give away any state secrets, but before you guys get going, what's the strategy for the 57 team?
Don't die.
I mean, yeah, that's
a
good
great
one.
strategy.
We've got way too many guys within 0.2 of a second of each other on qualifying pace, so everybody's going to feel like they're going to have a shot. I think, to be straight up with you, I just want to disappear into the background and just kind of not be a factor for a little while. So we'll see how that plays out.
Well, good luck to you.
Scott, thanks for coming and talking with us. Good luck, my friend.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, that was our pole winner, Scott Ramler. Gary, let's talk about the starting positions for everybody through the field. Outside pole, you're going to have the number 48 of Paul Irvin. In your row number 2, Jake Bustos and Matt Cochran. Row 3, Ed Morris and Michael Thwaites. Row 4, Adam Capps and Josh Vidal. And in rounding out the top 10, in row number 5, Mike Rominger and Aiden Turner. Gary, take us to 20.
All right. In 11th place, we've got Ben Corson, and rounding out the qualifying bonus point, which will play a factor here as we get down to the end of the regular season. Kyle Miller starting in 12th. 13th is going to be Justin Opplinger. 14th is going to be Hunter Hastings. 15th is going to be Caleb Lamb. 16th is going to be Trevor Klein. 17th is Dalton Fredericks. 18th is going to be Dustin Carroll. 19th is Eric Driggins. And rounding out that top 20 is going to be Christopher Opplinger in that 54 machine.
Everybody else is going to cycle through on your screen. We've just started rolling here on the racetrack. Gary, as a crew chief, what are you telling your driver, getting him prepared for 134 laps around the Las Vegas Motor Speedway?
Really just long race, think big picture, keep the truck clean. Like Scott was saying, everybody's within a couple of tenths of each other throughout the whole field, so everybody feels like they got a shot to win this thing. So my next main thing is just keeping the main thing the main thing. In order to finish first, you got to first finish. So keeping the fenders on the truck, making your moves wise and just naturally pass. Don't force the issue anywhere, and you can find yourself in victory lane.
All right, we are just moments away from going green here, about a half a lap to be exact. Hit that like button, subscribe, do everything you can to help push out the channel because we are growing. We are already at 542 subscribers on YouTube, on the way to 1,000. Help us get there and enjoy the race tonight because we're going to see a lot of strategy, whether it's tire wear, fuel saving, and I can't wait to see how it's all going to play out.
Yeah, it should be a fun one here tonight, AJ, but I believe this wonderful pace truck, if he could drive better than the pace car driver at Phoenix, is going to make that dive down to the pit lane.
I was wondering how long we were going to get before that.
Oh, I didn't want to wait long. Here we go.
Here we go. Green flag in the air. And the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series Round 8 is a go. Paul Irvin with a great start of the race to the outside of the 57. But it looks like Jake Bustos is pushing, or arrow pushing, the 57 into turn 1.
You know, we've already got a restart violation pending here. The 48 of Paul Irvin got a black flag for apparently jumping the start. However, admins did review the start there, and they have elected to clear that flag. They didn't see where he beat the 57 to the line or anything, so he is all clear to go. But right now, AJ, these first...
Wrecking.
Yep, they're wrecking here already.
The 72
and no caution.
Of Brent Humphrey, newcomer to the league, out of turn 4. see if we can go back and take a look at this.
Oh, looks like contact there between the 32, 25, 72, all right there.
We are going to stay green. But back to that restart violation, Gary. He got a great start of the race, but immediately in turn 1 lost second place and is currently sitting third. As we have a huge battle behind him.
I'm hearing something from race control. Sorry to interrupt. The 48, they did review it, and they are saying that the 48 did beat the 57 to the line now, and they are going to post him for the pass-through.
Wow, that's a big mistake.
I think, from what I understand, so we'll see if they give him the black flag or not, but...
Looking at the start there,
it looks like very close. Might. Yeah, it's very close. Yeah, that's hard telling.
As Ed Morris, currently in that 4th position, now drops back to 5th with Adam Capps in the 2 underneath him.
All right, and they have officially given the 48 his black flag pass through.
You know. Oh!
We have a caution. Big crash here. 77 sideways. The 20's in it.
Now, what does that do for the penalty of the 48?
We'll have to see. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to be ruling that. It looked like the 77 and the 20 made a little bit of contact here going into 1, AJ.
Yeah, it looks like the 20 was all over the back bumper of the 77. Let's see if we can get a better look here. Yeah, all over the back bumper. And that's going to bring us...
Looks like maybe just a simple racing deal here, AJ, between these three, because 77 was kind of backing up. The 20 got into him. And 21 was also there. Just looks like some synchronized spinning.
Yeah. It doesn't look like there's
it's just
ton of damage either.
Not a ton of damage, but, you know, it's just one of those things racing here at Vegas, the way this package is, AJ. Everybody's so bunched up together, it's kind of hard to get away from each other. So it'll be interesting to see how race control is going to rule this penalty here, if there are going to be any penalties handed down.
Yeah, Jake Bustos, Josh Vidal, Ben Corson, Caleb Lamb, Trevor Klein, Christopher Oplinger, and Derek Backhorn all staying out on the racetrack.
Can't say I blame these guys for staying out early like this, you know. See if they could try to buy some track position here early on and see if they can make their way through it a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be very fun and interesting to see how this is going to work. We've only had 5 green flag laps. So just about a heat cycle, Gary.
Yeah, and, you know, 5 laps, it's not going to be as much here as we saw in the Xfinity Series race last week at Richmond. It seemed like 5 to even 8 laps really made a big difference on tires. Where here, with how they're driving, it's really not that big of a difference.
I think later in the run, if we get a green flag run, that's where you're going to see the difference. But as everybody's coming off pit road, you have Eric Driggins just coming off of pit road. Dalton Fredericks still in his pit box, almost in danger of going a lap down, and there he goes. He's rolling. And then Brent Humphrey back on the racetrack. He's currently 2 laps down. But we are under.
And according to race control here, AJ, they have decided that is a racing incident. No penalties.
No penalties.
And honestly, I think that is the right call, because you got one guy that was trying to be cautious, and I think everybody was just trying to get through the start of that race, and kind of hard to go anywhere.
Yeah, Caleb Lamb trying to keep off of the truck in front of him, and slides up the racetrack just a little bit. No room for anybody in that middle lane. It caused the
Yeah, and it was a
77 and the
very
20 to wreck.
shallow entry too, because it looked like they might have been 3 wide down the straightaway going into 1. So, just one of those things, one of those racing deals at Las Vegas.
Well, we should be getting the 1 to go this time by. Thank you, Elite Entertainment, for being our caution flag sponsor here on the channel. That is that driver of that number 2 Toyota Tundra, Adam Capps. See if we can get a quick view of that beautiful truck. There it is. Nifty lift on the side and Elite Entertainment on the hood. But our first truck with fresh tires is that 57, and they're all coming back in to just top off on fuel. Gary, I think this is going to set them up to not have to stop if we stay green. And that's going to be a crazy call to see if these drivers that are pitting this time by are able to make it all the way to the stage at lap 45, and that's a good chunk of trucks. Ramler, Capps, Darnell, Irvin, DeBoer, Lamb, Mortis Sr., Miller, Driggins, and Trent Branson.
Yeah, some will be able to make it, but a lot of them, it's going to be right on that edge still. Even with Pittman coming in to top off for gas, I think a lot of those guys, too, were just trying to get out of the mess. So they're feeling that starting in the back is going to be the best spot for them.
Yeah, and they're going to be considered all penalty cars. You're going to see them start on the inside lane all the way back. But here we go. That pace truck about to turn left onto pit road. We're about to put lap 10 on the board. Green flag back in the air. There we go. Great restart by Bustos. That battle is for second. Corson and Vidal, and the 35 of Caleb Bacon drops right behind the 10.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that here tonight with the first 4 or 5 trucks. They're going to get single file pretty quick, and then we might see a pack here for the rest of the way back through this field.
That's what it looked like. You see the 7 of Ed Morris right in front of the 51 of Justin Opplinger. He is our points leader coming into tonight's race, as he's trying to make his way up towards the front.
Yeah, and even with him missing last week and taking the provisional, he's still got the points lead. So
yeah, and it's by a good chunk of points too.
Yeah, it's still got a big lead in that regular season standing. So we got trouble. 15-92. 15 going to be head on into the wall on the inside of the racetrack.
And we should stay green here.
It looks like we're going to.
And it looks like the 48 hit the pass through as we were. As we were completing that first lap under green.
Yeah, not sure exactly what happened there. Maybe the. Yeah, it looked like the 12 and the 15 got together, and it just caused the 15 to lose control and bounce into Dustin Carroll there. Aiden getting the worst of that, unfortunately.
Ooh, you saw that right side of the truck almost want to come off the ground.
Oh yeah, I thought we were about to have a blowover.
Which we've seen happen at Las Vegas before.
Yes, we have. It's very rare, but we have seen it.
Battle for the lead. Vidal in the 26 getting shoved by Caleb Bacon in the 35. It's very much looking like a super speedway race with how these drivers are running.
Yeah, with how these drivers are running, very much so looking like a speedway race. But so far, they've been able to keep it pretty clean. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Bacon maybe even try to sneak out the lead here for a couple laps.
Oh, the 74 really loose out of 2.
Yeah, he was able to save it, though. Good save there by the 74 Jake Bustos. They are running down Paul Irvin pretty quick here.
Yeah, Paul needs a caution or to stay
Paul
ahead
will
of
definitely
everybody.
go a lap down if that caution doesn't come, I think.
Because they are very much going to catch Paul. But here's the thing. Aiden Turner is just 10 seconds ahead of Paul.
The 35 and the 26. Look at this, AJ. I don't know if the 26 was blocking or what there, but pretty nifty, tight racing going on here on lap 15.
Oh, there goes the 27.
Oh, we got sideways, the 27, the 4, the 74.
Ooh.
Everybody's in it.
Big hit for the 27.
Big hit.
And we still have truck parts flying down the front stretch.
We sure do.
Back that up a little bit. See the 27 of Derek Bacorn. Take a look from the spotter cam. Oh, looked like the 27 just comes down into the 74 of Bustos. That's going to collect Matt Cochran.
Matt Cochran, unfortunately, an innocent victim of circumstances there in the Chi-Chi's truck.
Let's actually jump on board with the 4 of Matt Cochran from the new roof cam. Doing pretty good, running in that 6th position, 7th position. I thought he was going to be clear until we saw the 27 start aiming to the outside wall. And
yeah, just unfortunate.
The engine expires almost immediately on the 4. But our second caution of the evening, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
All right, we've got the one to go. We are on our second Elite Entertainment caution of the evening. Lap 20, we're going to 45 for the stage, 134 for the conclusion of tonight's race. We're overall doing 200 miles. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Really helps out the channel. And if you're on TikTok watching for the first time, hello, everybody.
Yeah, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Great show we have for you this evening. AJ, just to kind of give you an update on the pit situation here. A lot of the leaders did pit again. Most of these guys taking, some of these guys taking tires, some of these guys doing fuel only as the green flag is back in the air. But the good news is they are in the window now to make it to the end of the stage, except for Kyle Miller.
Yeah, we are on lap 21, and his pit stop was lap 8, our first caution of the evening. See if he's going to be able to hold off Justin Opplinger, Caleb Bacon, and Logan Kogar. Now, first lap down. Good lap for the 5 of Miller.
Oh, I thought we were about to have trouble there with the 10, the 54, and the 26.
Oh, they're 3 wide coming out of turn 2.
We're still 3 wide, I think.
Now it looks like Christopher Opplinger kind of let the 10 go right there.
See, and that's where I'm talking about the give and take and the big picture right there. It's lap 20. You know, he might have the better truck for now, but you might be better later. So just running back down at a later time. 3 wide here almost for second.
Trying to figure out who that unnumbered car is. It's Hunter Hastings.
That's Hunter Hastings in the 69, yeah.
And we have a pass for the lead. The 35 of Caleb Bacon's trying to take it to the outside.
Looks like he is going to successfully take it to the outside, and he will get credit for leading this lap here, AJ.
Yeah, and they are 3 wide for P2 as they go into turn 1.
Yeah, good thing for Caleb Bacon, though, he does have a teammate to the outside of that 3 wide there. So if I was Caleb, I'd be looking to work with that 51 of Justin Opplinger.
As he goes right to the high side to try to pull the 51 through. But they're going to drop down the 2 wide behind him. He's controlling the race. But just throwing it out there, that 5 of Kyle Miller on very old tires, doing a really good job to stick with these leaders. The only thing is when he has to pit, he's going to lose a lot of positions and a lot of track.
Yeah, he definitely got to lose some of that track position there and fall back. But he also could be baking that we're not done wrecking here yet.
That's what I was about to say, because we were 4 wide coming off of turn 4. That's why I jumped back to the 48 of Paul Irvin.
Yeah. Oh, 55. Oh, okay, he saved it. We're good. We're good.
And you could see the blue and white All-Star 15 TV truck. He was just up towards the front, and Hunter Hastings is falling like a rock.
He's a Chevrolet. Let y'all figure that out if you're old.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shallow entry for the 5. I thought we were about to have a huge issue.
I think we're still going to have a stack up here. That 26 is awfully close to that 35. I thought there was going to be contact there.
And points leader.
Oh, the 5 and the 35 still making contact here. I don't think they're done yet. Look at Ben 10 sneaking to the outside there. Tried to, anyway. Ben Corson there in the 10 truck.
How about Logan Kogar? 25 position, sitting in second, battling P2 with Scott Ramler.
Yeah, can't say I'm completely surprised. This is a really good track for Logan Kogar, and it definitely fits his style of racing. He's really good at these type of tracks.
I thought he was going to go right across the bumper of the 51 and possibly spin him out.
I thought he was going to... Oh, we got contact. 5 and 26 again.
Oh, Thwaites is involved in that too.
And the 10 in it. The 21's in it. 26 got even more damage from the 55.
Go back and take a look at this. What happened here? Looks like the 5 coming down, just not clear. Almost clear, but not clear. As it looks like Trenton Branson has to jump to pit road. What happened with that 32? Did I miss something?
Well, it looked like it at first, AJ. I'm looking at it again. I think you're right. The 5 was clear at first, but the 26 just had a run that I don't think Kyle was expecting. And they made contact. The 26 just opted not to lift there and turned them both around. And looks like the 26 got the worst end of it because he got drove into a couple more times after the initial contact.
On board with the 26 here. Ooh. From Ben 10 as well.
Yeah, Ben had a pretty massive hit here.
But now let's see how extensive these repairs are going to be. We're trying to get a good camera on pit road. You see the 12 of Michael Thwaites. That whole right side chewed up. The 26, there's no back end. And Matt Cochran in the 4 is still on pit road.
Yeah, Matt's still on pit road from earlier. The 12 has a meatball. The 26 has a meatball. That's really all the guys as far as meatball black flags that they have to go serve. A lot of these guys just have damage that they'll need to get repaired as the race goes on.
Did you mention the 5 with a meatball?
He did not have a meatball.
Oh, and there he goes.
Maybe he did originally, but by the time I looked at it, he didn't have one.
I don't know if they clear that fast.
Well, once you repair what's required, it clears automatically pretty quick.
Oh, and it just lets you continue if you want?
Yeah, Which me and my iRacing career, AJ, there have been a few times where I've just done the optional repair and gone out there and done the required repair and still have optional remaining, and I've blown up again or wrecked again because of the damage. So,
oh wow,
I just learned to take it all and stay there.
Well, for some people, I'm assuming that they will obviously have to get the required done, but use cautions in future pit stops to try to chip away at whatever's left to repair, I would assume.
Well, and you do get about 1.5 minutes per pace lap. So you do get a little bit of time, but you don't get a whole lot of time to repair like you would at like Daytona, Talladega, or Pocono, or Indianapolis. At the bigger speedways. But 1.5 minutes is still plenty of time here, but...
Yeah, especially since on entry, on just pit road running through it, you're looking at about 35 seconds. So you have about almost a full minute to sit in your pit box. As Kyle Miller
and
back
depending
on
on
pit
where
road.
you are, on pit road, determines how soon you have to leave and that kind of thing too, because where the pace car is, and you got to be able to beat the pace car to the pit outline, otherwise they close the exit.
As we're getting 2x2, we're just shy of 15 laps away from hitting the stage at 45. But I think we're going to see basically everything go to the wall now. There's no saving involved. There's no nothing. It is gas pedal the whole way around for the most part. Who is going to come talk to us for the stage win? Chat, who you thinking?
Huh.
What do you
Ed
got,
Morris.
Gary?
Ed Morris. I had to think about it.
Well, and he's currently sitting in that 4th position. So there's a very good shot with that. Now, there we go, everybody.
Here goes the Silverado pace truck. Here we go, AJ.
I love that you call it a Silverado now. I wish they would just throw a Chevy logo on it. Green flag back in the air.
If it looks like a Chevy, walks like a Chevy, quacks like a Chevy, and drops like a rock like a Chevy.
As long as it doesn't break down like a Ford.
Driver returns on foot. That's Ford backwards.
As we go single file for the first couple trucks in line, Ed Morris, the lone truck to that outside. Never mind, Rambler goes to the outside. Don't know if that was the right move because that 51 is very fast tonight.
Yeah, people are saying not to count out that 57, though. Scott Rambler for this stage win. Looks like
Adam
McLaren
Capps
F1. And he saved it.
And look at the bottleneck that it created.
Oh, yeah. Great save by the two. But looks like Cody Kepner is also picking the 57. So got a couple fans of the 57 of Scott Rambler here.
Logan Kogar up front in the 25. Doing a really good job holding on to that inside lane. But here comes the run. Definitely being assisted by the 7 of Ed Morris.
I'm curious to see how Ed is going to negotiate these last 10 laps into the stage here. And yes, Golf McLaren, I am stealing your jokes. It's fine. I think you'll be okay.
Hey, it just means they're good jokes. So we have 2 clusters of trucks. Right here, the 57 currently leading this first group of trucks. And then just about a little further back, Adam Capps in the 2 is leading the second group of trucks. As, contact between Hunter Hastings and the 2.
Yeah, Caps goes from dead sideways to saving it to now leading the pack.
Oh, wow.
Well, the second pack.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's sideways again. Caution's out this time.
Really? They pulled the caution for that. Wow.
Let's see what happened to the 2 of Adam Capps.
Looks like he just gets looped by the 69.
Yeah, it looked like the 69 just ran him over. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm just call it as I see it, y'all. He just flat out dumped him. He's going, and bam!
Oh, yeah, never even lifted.
Just turned him.
Wow. Oh, and the 2's around again? What? Uh-oh.
We have a follow-up wreck?
I think we have retaliation.
Uh-oh. Is it retaliation? Oh, well, see, you dummy.
And
you did it to yourself, Adam.
And that's getting other people involved in other people's messes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm perfectly fine with showing displeasure. Perfectly fine with that. But now you're about to wreck the 9 and the 54.
Yeah, that is definitely an issue, and I hope if anybody is watching from race control that they see that and do something about that.
I don't even think he's in the session anymore. He was either Pat McAfee or left of his own accord. Like, I'm perfectly fine with showing displeasure, but that's you and the other driver. Nobody else should be getting involved, and you shouldn't be wrecking because of it.
Absolutely. I entirely agree with you on that one, AJ. I know that wasn't the smartest move by the 69, but at the end of the day, can't be doing that to people. Just cannot afford to do that.
We are under our 4th caution of the evening. Thank you to Elite Entertainment. We will be right back, everybody.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
And we are back, everybody, under the Elite Entertainment caution. And Gary, you just heard over race control comms that they're going to be looking at that incident post-caution after the race tonight.
Yep, the incident between the 2 and the 69 after the caution came out, where the 2 lost his cool there. They're going to be reviewing that post-race.
Well, the lights are off on the iRacing official pace truck. It's the 57 of Scott Ramler, the 7 of Ed Morris. In row 2, you have Logan Kogard in the 25 and the 48 of Paul Irvin. Then the 51 of Justin Opplinger and the 35 of Caleb Bacon. There goes the pace truck right there.
Hey, Paul Irvin. Wow, look at Paul. Having a nice recovery with all these cautions.
Yeah, well, the cautions definitely do help. And green flag back in the air. Great start from the 57 and the 25 on the inside. just a couple laps away from the stage, Gary. It's a very quick couple lap sprint.
Yeah, going to be a quick couple lap sprint here. Not going to be the stage from that last caution coming out, so they are going to let these guys race it out for a couple more laps here.
Yes, there they go. Elevator move from the 57.
Oh, from the bottom to the apron, back to the top, and back to get it sideways.
That's because he was
Scott,
not clear.
Some bad blocks here, but you know, here we are. And that happens every once in a while. We're showing that Scott Rambler does have human traits.
Especially last week at Kansas.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he just opened up the door to the 25. That's going to give Logan Kogar a shot.
This is the last lap of the stage here, AJ.
A white flag in the air for the stage. That 7's going to have a nice run down the backstretch.
He's going to have a nice run down the backstretch, and he better... Oh, we got a wreck. Caution, that's the stage. 29, the 54, the 28.
And Rambler is going to be our stage winner. Let's drop back and check on this caution.
Yeah, I think the 54 AJ is going to be ruled at fault for this one. I think he was anticipating the 29 to open the wheel sooner out of the corner, and Joe Darnell elected not to do that. And he doesn't have to, but that's why I'm saying he elected not to do that.
And that's going to collect the 28 of Ed Mortis Sr.
Yeah, nowhere to go for Senior there, but nonetheless, your stage winner is going to be Scott Rambler.
We will talk to him once pit stops have concluded.
But it looks like they are going to be happening right here, right now.
And
RAT Red.
That's going to be everybody. Unless you're a lap down, because then you have to pit the following lap.
This is true.
Oh, well. Derek Bakhorn staying out. Wow. And so's Daniel Krim.
Yeah, maybe a couple of these guys will stay out because they pitted under the last caution. So, opted to not go for stage points and going for track position to start the second stage here. And it looks like the 72 is going to get one of his 2 laps back.
That's the 72 of Brent Humphrey. If you guys remember, on lap 1 coming out of turn 4, he was sideways and lost a lot of track position. Didn't go a lap down there, but it's been a very eventful night for that 72.
All right. We are waiting for Scott Rambler. He is leading us out of the pits here. Gonna wait for him to catch up to the pack here before we hit the button and talk to the driver of the number 57. All right. Scott Rambler, Gary Wells, AJ Capola, Booth got a copy.
Give me just a second. Doug Tuttle is very loud on the radio, and I can't hear you. Ask again.
Okay. How are you doing? Congratulations, stage 1 winner. Talk about the stage. Talk about the end of that.
I almost killed Ed, so whenever he sees this, I'm sorry. I misjudged that move ever so slightly, and I almost killed everybody. But other than that...
You did see that. I mean, you did show some human tendencies there, bud.
Well, I mean, I've been off the sim for close to 3 months, and this is my second week back in it.
This is true.
So, I can't be perfect, but I try.
That's right. Well, what's your thoughts here for the second half here? I know it's not a half, but you get what I'm saying. Second stage, what's your expectations? So say more of the same thing from the first stage? Without killing anybody, of course.
Second verse, same as the first. Disappear into the back, let the crap happen in front of me, and hope that I can avoid it. But we've got a pretty wide track here, so I should be able to use this thing called a brake pedal that I don't think some of these guys have discovered yet, and be able to avoid most of everything.
Oh man, I hear you on that one. Well, good luck to you the rest of the way, Scotty. We hope to talk to you soon.
All right, have a good one, guys.
All right, but everybody, that's Scott Rambler. You know, there's a lot of truth said in that sentence.
What's that?
Brake pedal, big picture, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what goes through a lot of drivers' minds during a race. It's weird because some races, some drivers will look like they know what they're doing, and then other weeks they look like they've never seen a racetrack before.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, AJ. Vegas may look easy to the naked eye, but I will say, as we see Scott coming back down pit road here, doing his thing, disappearing. Yep. Just saying, doing his disappearance thing. But, you know, it's just one of those things where Vegas may look easy, and it is easy, but at the same time, to go fast here and maintain fast over the course of a long haul, you have to be smart as a driver.
Yeah, and really, Vegas, when I was a active driver on the sim, was one of my favorite racetracks. I had a couple top 5 finishes in a league, in a Gen 6 car. I think it was Gen 6. So I had a lot of fun at this racetrack, but I see exactly what you mean, because there are so many places you could put the vehicle here, and not all of them will work, but it'd be still a way to get around the racetrack. Well, lights are off on the iRacing pace truck. Derek Bighorn and Daniel Krim gonna lead us to the green flag. Stage 2 about to get underway. And there it is, green flag in the air, the 27 with a excellent launch. And it looks like he's the only one that didn't spin their tires. As I say that, immediately going into turn 1, Ed Morris with the fresh tires already all over the back bumper of the 27. Oh! Daniel Cribb coming down to shut off the inside lane. That's Logan Kogar in the 25, and you see the 51 on Justin Opplinger.
Yeah, and that's a guy we haven't really talked about a whole lot tonight, is that 51 machine of Justin Opplinger being our season points leader. He's been taking the approach that, similar probably what I would be taking here, taking it easy the first few laps. If not, I'd be taking the Rambler approach where I'd just be riding around in the back. So he definitely is taking his time and trying to make the most of it.
As this pack comes off of turn number 4, Ed Morris coming to the point. That 7 is going to lead that lap and looks to start gapping the field here. Oh boy, that run on the outside being assisted from the 51.
Yeah, that's something that you really have to plan for as a driver. I know that kind of maybe might eat your tires here a little bit early on the going.
Oh, contact. 3 wide.
Yeah, these guys are able to keep it straight.
Oh, this is going to be scary going
the middle lane in 1 and 2 here, AJ, is just absolutely steroids. Like, you can get a monster run in this middle lane off of turns 1 and 2 especially.
Opplinger takes the lead off of turn 2, and Ed Morris.
This is looking like an iRock race.
Woo!
This is looking like an iRock race. Everybody's so close together. Everybody's all bunched up in a pack.
Oh, 35.
The truck sideways. 35. 35. No caution.
Gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way because it didn't populate as a wreck. Hunter Hastings in the 35. Ooh,
Yeah, taking the 35.
Ooh.
Was that the 69?
Yeah, that was 69.
Yeah, 69, 35 getting together. They look similar.
Looked like the 69 kind of came down the racetrack and just right hooked 35 in the wall. And that battle for the lead brewing again, but this time it's the 25 of Logan Kogar.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see here tonight, AJ, is we are going to see a lot of lead changes. And a lot of different leaders here in the second half of this race, I think.
Yeah, Cody, in the YouTube chat, that 48 is back to P4, now P3. Just because you make a mistake early on in the race doesn't mean you can't recover from it, and he's recovered and then some.
Absolutely. Cody in the chat here saying, get the Cougar out of that truck and drive that thing. I don't know who he's referring to. Might be Scott, probably, but...
That's a Talladega Nights reference.
I know it's a Dega reference. I know. Trust me, I know. I don't know if it's directed at a certain, driver or if he's just saying it in general.
I mean, my brain immediately went to Logan Kogar.
Oh, because Cougar, yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
that's where my brain went to, as Fredericks is in the wall out of 2.
29 has some issues of his own as well.
And we are 2 by 2 for the first couple positions as the 48. A really poor exit out of 4. He's going to lose multiple positions. After this lead group, Ben Corson in 11th, it's quite a fall off because there's the 57 of Scott Ramler, Dalton Fredericks, and then you have Christian DeBoer, Joe Darnell, and then even further back it's the 55 of Trevor Klein. Only 17 trucks on the lead lap.
And looks like Brant Humphrey and Kyle Miller are the next 2 guys that would be Lucky Dog eligible, with Kyle being 2 down. So Brant's just 1 down.
Yeah, and Brant is right with this front group.
Yeah, he sure is. Hanging out there with the 10 of Ben Corson as Ben tags the wall trying to get around the 72. Yeah, the 57 though, Scott Ramler, he's hanging right in there with these guys.
See the 51 takes the lead, and he's shutting off whatever lane he wants. He's being able to control both lanes and the runs off of both lanes.
Yeah, I've noticed one thing with Opplinger tonight. He could just basically put that truck wherever he wants to, and it'll just basically stick for him. He's definitely got the handle on that 51 machine really, really good here tonight.
And we've seen that all season long with him. It's not just a tonight thing. There's a reason why he's our points leader.
Yeah, reason why he's our points leader and why he's won 4 races so far in the regular season.
As we are closing...
Here comes Kogar looking to the outside again, but Opplinger not going to be able to close off the run this time.
As we are closing up on the regular season, Gary, next week we're going to the Granite State New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The
Your
Magic
favorite
Mile.
track.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No, God no.
Oh, okay. Well, it's one of my favorite tracks.
Dover is my favorite.
Ah, okay. I got you confused for Granite versus Crab Cakes. My bad.
S. Kogar takes the lead.
Oh, I think I killed him. There you go, guys. Take a shot. I'm just kidding. This is not a drinking game. I do not condone.
Yeah, take a drink for me. A lead change.
Lead change? No, just kidding. Well, lead changes are only counting at the start-finish line, so we'll have to see how many shots y'all would have to take by the end of this thing. Here comes Ed Morris. He's looking to the top side again.
Yeah, this is exactly how he took the lead last time. He used that high lane and had a heck of a run down the backstretch. Don't think he's going to be able to get there this time, as the 48 is a little bit of side drafting down the straightaway.
Yeah, 48 got a little bit of that natural side draft, and the 7 was kind of on his lonesome there in turns 1 and 2. He was all the way up against the wall where everybody was kind of running bottom to middle there. If he would rely on the help from that 77 back there, the double 7, Caleb Bland, he might be able to get somewhere. Caleb having a very quiet, productive night out on the racetrack. Currently running that 3rd spot.
Started 15th. But you want to talk about...
Qualifying was so close here tonight. The guys that normally qualified well didn't qualify so good.
Hard charger, Gary. I know it's a big thing with the league. Logan Kogar, 27th to 1st, and he's holding on to it. As I say that, here comes the 2nd with the run of a lifetime.
He'd still be the biggest mover.
Exactly, and it's not even close. By like 7 positions. I lied.
Let's take a look at these this gaggle of cars here behind us. Derek Bacorn in the 27 leading this pack here with the 10 of Ben Corson, the 21 Eric Driggins, 57 of Scott Ramler. Looks like the packs are starting to thin out just a hair. We'll see who's been doing the most saving.
And we don't mean fuel.
No, we're talking tires.
As Ramler's going to go right up to the high side, run that Larson lane.
Well, and Derek Bacorn, 28 laps on this run. I don't see him coming to pit road, but I would imagine 22 to 29 laps here for a lot of these guys. We are going to be looking at pit stops here rather quickly. And this has been the longest run of the night by far, AJ.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen this a lot when it comes to...
Oh, well, never mind. 27's in the fence. He's sideways.
And he's going to hold on to it.
No caution. No caution.
Gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Let's see. Did he have help?
I think it was just a crossover.
I think it was a crossover gone bad, too. I agree with you there.
I don't think they touched.
Yeah, well, we'll take a look at that again. Yeah, 27 maybe thought he was clear, and if they didn't touch, Scott definitely took all the air off his spoiler for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Because I didn't hear a thud or anything.
Yeah, that's close right there. We call that almost here here in Extreme.
But there is a lot of damage on that 27 now, as he's trying to regroup. That right front is all shaved up.
Yeah, now the numbers that I got, AJ, for the fuel tonight, that was when everybody was running by themselves, anywhere from 28 to 32. So now that they're in a draft, it might prolong the pit stops by just a hair, but I wouldn't imagine any more than maybe 3 to 5 laps.
Yeah, Gary,
depending on where you are.
We've seen this a lot when it comes to XMS and both the Xfinity and the Truck Series. It always seems the first stage is a crapshoot. Not like there's a lot of cautions, but it's hectic because everybody wants those stage points. But once we hit the stage, everything calms out and we get racing like this, where it's hectic, but it's not overly hectic.
Yeah, it's
controlled chaos.
Cautiously aggressive.
Yeah.
But look at Caleb Lamb here, being the Pied Piper at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
No,
leading the high side all the way around the racetrack.
For anybody playing the home game, another lead change.
Another lead change. That top is looking pretty fast. I have to agree. Joe Torres saying, I stay on the bottom as long as possible before running the top. Yep, absolutely. New Hampshire's going to be exciting. I agree with that. Dover for the win. Love Dover. Yep. It's just catching up on some comments here. Jake, good evening. Evening, fellas. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by.
From Caleb Lamb in first, you go all the way back to the 9 of Mike Rominger and the 25 of Logan Kogar, but then it's a second back to Scott Ramler, and then another second to Daniel Craig. Ben Corson hitting pit road.
Yeah, Ben Corson hitting pit road here.
He was not the one I was expecting to hit pit road first. It was going to be the 27 or the 47.
Well, the 10 struggles with fuel saving and really just saving in general because he just full sends from the green to the checker. So I'm not overly shocked, and we love you, Ben. I'm not overly shocked that he's the first one on pit road.
No, and all that learning comes with experience.
Yes, and he's still very new to oval racing and how it all works and how the trucks work and everything. He's done pretty well, and the points speak for it. We'll talk about the playoff picture and the playoff bubble here in a little while, but I mean, he's really improved from week 1 to week 8. That is for sure. If we could have a most improved driver award between now and then, I would definitely make the 10 truck a good candidate for most improved.
As we have a heck of a leapfrog battle for this lead. The last couple laps is Opplinger is going to lead that lap over Ed Morris and Caleb Lamb in 3rd, 4th. It's Paul Irving. As Paul's going to stay in that inside lane when 3 of the...
Being very loyal to that inside lane for sure.
And everything just opened up for him. He might take 2nd here with help from Mike Rominger.
Yeah, and we got some pit stops happening. The 47 of Daniel Krim is going to be pitting this lap.
Yeah, this is expected for him. Oh,
yeah,
he's
36
coming in
laps
way
on that
hot.
tank of fuel. Yeah, he's coming in pretty hot there. Hopefully he didn't get a speeding penalty.
Oh, no, he didn't, but I thought he was just going to miss pit road completely.
27 of Derek Bakhorn is coming in as well. They were on the same strat. 37 laps there. They both went in at the same time. 55 is also coming in.
And we're going to be
69 Hunter Hastings pitting this time.
And we're going to be expecting everybody else within the next 5 or so laps. And Logan Kogar, too.
Yeah, Logan Kogar, the 21. I think that's also the 29 coming in. Or no, sorry, that's the 69. I'm sorry. All my little bubbles on my track map are kind of blending in together. 54 is coming in this time as well.
That's Christopher Opplinger.
20 pitting. Dalton Fredericks pitting this time.
From the 7th position, here comes the 20.
And he is going to make it to pit road speed, it looks like. Pretty easily.
You know, this racetrack, this pit road doesn't look too hard to get on, but it definitely creeps up on you really fast coming out of the turn.
It really does creep up on you. First driver from the main pack, 48 pitting, 77 pitting as well.
Look at that. He's going to take the lead because they get stuck behind the 55 of Trevor Klein. That might benefit the 48.
Lead and came onto pit road at the same time.
That might benefit the 48 big time, Gary.
Yeah, anytime you get sewed up like that, that is for sure. Oh, we got trouble. 72, 32, cautions out. Trouble during the pit cycle.
Now, what's the ruling, Gary? If you're on pit road when that caution comes out, are you able to finish?
Yeah, I mean, these guys are kind of bound to finishing their service. They kind of have to. They were already in their stalls when the caution flew. Yeah, it looks like here, 32 and the 72, do they get together?
Oh, I think the 10's involved, too.
Oh, yeah, 10's involved. Oh, the 32 and the 72 do make contact. I don't know. Maybe miscommunication. Maybe the 72 was thinking the 32 was going to go down to the apron there on the front stretch and cut the tri-oval like we've seen drivers do tonight.
Well, that's our, I think, 6th caution of the evening, Gary.
Yep, 6th caution of the night. Been pretty chaotic here so far. More comments here. Not only is Opplinger a good racer, he's a good mentor. Helped me get my first win last night in an official race. I can't see who that is, but congratulations to your first iRacing official win.
And not that it's really been chaotic, Gary. We had a really nice green flag run right here.
We did. We saw pit stops, and I didn't think we were even going to get that tonight. So didn't quite get it all the way through the cycle, but we got pretty close. There are going to be a lot of wave rounds, I believe, here, AJ, for these pit stops here. So.
Oh, and the 77's going to have to back up into his box.
Yeah, 72 going to have to back that up. Back it up. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about it. We've got playoff picture. We've got 4 drivers locked in already by wins. Justin Opplinger, he's got 4 wins on the season. Dalton Fredericks, Ed Morris, and Caleb Bacon all have won a race, so they are locked in. As far as the projected playoff points, get a load of this here. I'm not looking at anything that's on the screen, but Justin Opplinger projected 1,036 playoff points going into the playoffs. That's including the stage wins, race wins, bonus points for being the regular season champ, and those kind of things. Second place is going to be Dalton. He's going to have a projected 1,022. Ed Morris is going to be with a 1,013, and then Caleb with a 1,006. And these are projected points going into the first round of the playoffs. Then we've got the playoff bubble here, and this is where it's going to get really interesting. Josh Vidal, Matt Cochran, and Adam Capps, I feel like, are the guys that are mostly on this bubble here. I feel like 9th and on up, they're pretty safe at the moment. A lot of things can change here over these between tonight, New Hampshire, and then, of course, Talladega here in a couple of weeks. But Josh Vidal with 239, Matt Cochran with 227, and then Adam Capps with 225. Then below the line, you've got Joe Darnell with 218. He's in 13th place. Hunter Hasty in 14th with 211. Ben Corson, he's 15th with 208 points. So he is a little under that 20 points back to Adam Capps. He's going to have some really good runs here to close out the regular season. And then, of course, Trenton Branson and Dustin Carroll are tied for 16th in points with 202 each. To me, I was looking at the points this week. I think the biggest long shot, AJ, is at 55 of Trevor Klein. He's in 20th in points with 182 points. He's going to be one of those guys that's going to need to get a dub here between either tonight, New Hampshire next week, or Talladega after the Thanksgiving break that we're going to have here in a couple of weeks. So, going to be interesting. Really looking forward to the end of the regular season with the AJ and, of course, the playoffs. But points. They've mattered all regular season, but looking at the playoff bubble and everything right now, it means more than ever before.
Absolutely, and a lot of these drivers, Gary, you mentioned one racetrack that everybody sees as a wild card, Talladega. You know, tonight, everybody's got speed. New Hampshire is going to be more of a technical racetrack for a lot of these drivers, but Talladega is going to be open season for everyone.
Yeah, definitely going to be open season for everybody. Everybody knows they can win at Talladega. And I kind of thought Vegas was going to be another wild card for these trucks here because they kind of promote the same type of racing that you'll see at Dega here in a couple of weeks. But at least with Vegas, we can get spread out a little bit. But yeah, New Hampshire, I think, is going to be another wild card because you have your road racers that are familiar with heavy braking, same with your short track racers. So I feel like, in a way, New Hampshire could also be kind of a wild card in a way, even though it is a very technical racetrack. But I think that is really where the drivers are going to really rise to the top here. But we're getting ready to go green here, AJ, as the Chevrolet Pace truck here has all of its lights off.
Yeah, here we go. Just about ready to go. Justin Opplinger to the outside of race leader Paul Irvin.
Green.
There it is, green flag back in the air. Here we go again.
Oh, we got trouble. 28 and 69 already. In the grass here. Looks like there was a big checkup at the back of the field here on this restart, AJ.
Oh, yeah.
And just people getting run over, crap all over the place. All these wave around guys right here. And you're just going to see the 69, everybody stack up, and
I wouldn't be surprised.
Unfortunately,
if the 54 has a lot of
69,
damage.
27, and the 28 all involved there.
Trying to get a look at the 54. Doesn't look like there's a ton of damage. A little right rear damage for the 54 because the back end of his truck was off the ground.
Jinxino. Agricultural shortcut. Not racing. Agricultural shortcut. Very fair.
Up front, it's the 51 of Justin Opplinger, followed by the 7 of Ed Morris, the 48 of Paul Irvin, Scott Ramler back up to that 4th position, and Mike Rominger in 5th. Just under 50 laps remaining here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You're watching the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series, round number 8. Gary, this has been a very fun race to call. For the most part, everybody's been able to be under a blanket. It's just how well are you able to protect your tires. And I think now is where we're going to see some of these drivers really work at it.
I think the 72 was sideways there, halfway down the back straightaway. Sorry about it.
Oh, you're good.
But yeah, I think what we're really about to see here, AJ, going into these closing laps, these closing 48 laps right here, 47 now to go. We're going to see some drivers with damage. And we've already got drivers with damage, right? So how you manage your damage, manage your tires, and just really everything coming down here to the last, 45-ish laps here is going to be very critical to where you're going to finish tonight. And we still have one more pit stop that these drivers have to make as well.
Yeah, with that one pit stop, throw the crew chief hat on, because for everybody watching at home, Gary is one of the best crew chiefs that a driver could have on iRacing. When are you calling your driver to pit road? When the window opens, halfway through that window, or are you running it basically to empty?
I think at this point, we've got 9 laps on the tires, depending on where you're at, anywhere from 9 to about 13. To me, I think you'd come in and split the remaining 46 laps in half if you can make it that far. So pitting with about 25, 23 laps to go, I think is when we might start seeing some guys pit. Or if they're feeling really crazy with the cheese whiz, I think we'll see that window open with about 30 to go. So anywhere from 25 to 30 to go, we're going to see drivers come in, I think, and make their final pit stop. If we do what, AJ? Stay green. Because, here at Extreme, we have cautions.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It just makes the racing a lot more exciting. As you
It really does, and we put on a great show here tonight. It's just, things happen. We're all human, and, that's where we get the caution count sometimes.
To see the 29 of Joe Darnell, he's got to feel really happy about how his race is going. Up 15 spots from 21st to 6th. As you see him battling with the 47.
We never talk about that guy.
Now you're looking at the 47 of Daniel Krim. He's a lap down. And I think he is, the first truck one lap down.
He is the first truck one lap down in that 12 spot. I think he was caught in the green flag cycle there with those pit stops and was unfortunately nabbed a lap down. And I think it was one of those points for him where he might have been 2 down. Oh, no, he was just the 1 lap down and elected not to take his wave around. So he probably, because he pitted so early, he figured probably getting tires and topping off was going to be his best bet. So we'll see how it goes. If we get another caution, he's back on the lead lap, no harm, no foul. So going to be interesting to see what these drivers end up doing here.
You see the 10 right behind him?
That's hi. Yeah, he's
position.
also lap down. That is for position. You're right. Sorry about that.
So it's a battle within a battle.
Absolutely. And I mean, the 72, I believe, is also part of this, unless he's on the lead lap.
No,
he's back to 2 down. Never mind. Okay. But still holding strong there. I mean, Brandt, from where his struggles at 1, being involved in that incident to now, I mean, 24th up to 16th. I know he's still 2 down, but not a bad first showing.
No, not at all.
I will say here for Extreme Motorsports. So really solid night for that 72.
There's a very good possibility that 72 of Humphrey is going to leave tonight's race with positive positions, because he's +8 right now.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Well, and a lot of the guys that are running 22nd on back have already left, so...
Oh boy, battle for the lead. 3 wide.
Oh, Uh-oh.
What are we looking at?
Scott had a Code Brown moment for himself. Way bigger deal than it looked. Okay, all right, 10-4, here we go. Well, at least to us up here in the booth didn't look as big of a deal, but when you're in VR like Scott is, and... Oh,
48 in the wall? Yes, he is.
48's in the wall. Okay.
From P1 to 5th in a straightaway. And
Caution.
yellow flag is out.
We have a caution. The 77 of Caleb Lamb's involved in it. And he got a really bad... that right front fender's missing.
That's the 72 of Humphreys.
Oh, was the 72 of Humphreys kind of blocking there? It's not for position.
No, not at all.
Did something else happen where...
No, I think when the
folks are
72
angry?
went to go block, it kind of upset the 77, and he just couldn't save it afterwards.
And I know they were coming up on the 35. That's not for position, I don't think.
Actually, I think
At
the
least not-
72 wiggles, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the 72 wiggles big time.
Let's take a look at that. Yeah, 72 did have a little bit of a wiggle, and then he came down. I thought maybe to me he looked like he was under control, but I also think because of that 35 being a lap down, I think he was just trying to avoid the 35, and that's just an crummy incident, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I've not race control, so I'm not going to call it for myself here, but Joe Darnell is going to stay out on the racetrack.
I think he just wanted that lap lead. He knew we were talking about him.
He knew we were playing a drinking game.
Lead change.
Well, they gave
By the way,
everybody...
drinking modest and make sure you're of age. Okay.
Yes.
All right. But
Very
point
much
out,
responsible.
all right.
Because God knows I can't, because I work in the morning.
I'm not either. I'm just having a Coke here.
Pepsi. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in to the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series
Pepsi.
live.
More like... Wait, I can't say that.
Live on All Star 15 TV. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We will be right back, but we're going to go side by side.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Well, here we go. Half a lap away from going green once again. 7th caution of the evening. Just 34 laps remaining in tonight's race. Gary, it's been an absolute fun one, and throughout the race, I couldn't tell you who was going to win this race, just who was in a good position. But right now, what's the 28 doing up there?
He's trying to get out of the way, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here.
Oh, here we go. There it is, green flag in the air. The only reason why I asked that, Gary, because Ed Morris Sr. showed in the 22nd position.
And everybody's asking for the start to be looked at there, so it's, yeah, that's interesting.
iRacing is crazy sometimes when it comes to wave arounds and the placement of drivers. Doesn't happen all the time, but it does get wonky every once in a while.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're seeing here. But, no, I agree with you, AJ. I think we're still in that spot of we don't know who's going to win, but you can see who's putting themselves in the best position to do so. One thing I did want to point out, as we took the green, it was 34 to go, so these guys are right on the edge of making it to the end with a little bit of saving, and they can easily do that with this draft here tonight. So going to be interesting last 30 or so laps, but I think we're not done crashing trucks, unfortunately.
No, I unfortunately think you're right with that, but something to look out for. A lot of these drivers chose to come in and top off with 1 to go. So they're going to be looking a little bit better on that fuel number.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you there. They're definitely looking pretty good on the fuel number to make it right there at the end.
As Hunter Hastings is going to take P2 away from Logan Kogar. And as they're battling for P2, that's exactly what the 51 wants to see. As Ramanjur in the number 9, right behind the 7 of Ed Morris. Gotta give a huge shout out to how good that 7's been all race long. He started in that 5th position, currently riding in that 5th position. And he's been...
And like we've said early in the show, AJ, he's one of those guys. That's like his average running spot is between that 4th and 5th position. So he knows how to run good here, and Primetime always has a good package when they come here.
Yeah, I don't think he's done. I think he's being very smart with how he's attacking these last 30 laps.
Yeah, he's definitely been doing a great job of thinking bigger picture tonight as well.
As now, after that caution, we have 13 trucks now on the lead lap. Open that up from, I think, 10 or 11 before the caution. But Kogar in that 25. 11, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the 2 drivers that took a wave around was Ben Corson and Dalton Fredrickson. We had a lucky dog, so it was around 10 or 11. It's back up to 13 now, so... Yeah, some guys taking the wave around, got a lucky dog, and things are opening up here. That pay window beginning to open up here for these guys.
Yeah, that pay window at the end of the tunnel is showing some light. And not just for tonight's race, we are closing in on the end of the regular season. We have tonight, we have New Hampshire next week, and in 3 weeks we have Talladega. So if you don't have a win yet, you're definitely looking at putting yourself in a position to possibly winning this race. If there's a late race caution any of these races, we're going to see some strategy pulled that we probably weren't expecting.
Well, and you know how I've always kind of been a culprit of like never really taking 2 tires, always taking 4 and this, that, and the other.
Yep.
I think what we're going to see here between the end of this race tonight, if we get another caution, Dega, New Hampshire, especially New Hampshire, I think that's where we're really going to see the strategy start to fly and people just doing some crazy things and getting desperate as we head towards the playoffs.
And that's what these playoffs bring to racing is pure chaos, pure pulling stuff out of thin air to just win a race. And it's going to be amazing to watch as we have a battle for second still. Hunter Hastings and the 25 Logan Kogar as they flip positions in 3 and 4.
Yeah, and guess who's walking away? A little bit. Not by much, but a little bit.
No, not by much at all. Let's check lap times here. Opplinger with a 30.94 to Hunter Hastings 31.02. So even with the position swap, they were less than a tenth of a difference.
Yeah, and I've seen the 25 be a really good pusher at places like here, you know, where we have this drafting style, right? Where he's pretty good at being a pusher, so maybe this position swap isn't necessarily a bad thing for either of these drivers.
Oh, no, it's not. Not at all. And holy cow, Hunter Hastings and Logan Kogar, a tenth and a half faster last time by, and they have pulled right to the back bumper.
And it doesn't even matter. The 55 was the fastest truck on the racetrack, but he's 2 laps down. Yeah, Hunter getting close to the back bumper of the 51 of Justin Opplinger.
Which is great, which is wonderful. But a thing that we've seen in these trucks, whether it's on iRacing or in real life, getting to a driver is one thing. Passing them safely is another.
Yeah, and I love how you put the emphasis on safely there.
Just thought I'd, throw the Hail Mary just in case.
Well, and I mean, the 69 has been able to get to the bumper, and I think really the one thing that I could say about Hunter here at this point is he is taking a really sharp entry into one.
Oh,
if he would just be a little bit more smooth and work his way down there instead of forcing the truck down there, I think we could see a lot more potential from that 69 on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I really think Hunter's another one that is growing right in front of everybody as a driver this season.
Well, he's got a quarter panel on the 51. He's got a half a truck length on the 51.
Yeah, but that outside lane is...
it's been cheesy tonight, that outside lane has.
You mentioned Cheese Whiz. You mentioned Cheesy.
I'm just waiting for Joe to get hungry and say something about cheese.
And they're starting to pull away from the rest of the pack there.
Yeah, the 25 has kind of fallen back to that second pack there with the 57 and the 7, so wouldn't be surprised if maybe Scott Ramler and Ed Morris try to maybe shake the 25. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Logan Kogar. That 25 shot off fast, but I think he might have burnt off those tires really fast on this run. And you mentioned Ramler, Morris, Rominger. They need to get by that 25 as fast as possible.
Now, that was a good corner there by Hunter. It's not going to show on the speed chart, but that was a really good, consistent corner there for Hunter. If he could do that every lap through 1 and 2 especially, I think he's going to be in really good shape. You just got to let the truck do the work, and then if you get the run and you time it right, go ahead and go for that pass. And we've already seen one first-time winner in Extreme this season already with Caleb Bacon in the Truck Series and Paul Irvin on the Xfinity side. But it would be nice to see Hunter, see if he can seal it off here and be another first-time winner.
Yeah, I would love to see it. Oh, it's a 77. Very slow on the inside lane as everybody's going to have to maneuver around him.
The 20 of Dalton Fredericks is going to have to pit. He is short, and he's been out on track for 31 laps, so he's coming in.
Yeah, there's that gamble we were talking about, trying to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, definitely tried the wave around. Couldn't quite get the caution that he was looking for. Look at Hunter. He's been around in the middle lane here, trying to see if he can get any momentum up. And
he's got it. He's got momentum.
He's got it. Yeah, he's there.
Opliga's just being very smart where he's putting the truck.
Let's see if the 51 slides up a little bit. I think by design, though. Let's see what Hunter can do here. If he could pass him cleanly, that's the thing. You don't want to wreck him. The key is to pass cleanly anytime you can. Especially with the 51. He races everybody with a lot of respect out there, and you know you want to definitely do the same thing in return.
Yeah, I would throw that 51 in the same amount of respect racing-wise as MTJ with a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and look who's come back into the party, the 25.
And the 25 brought friends.
He did. At least one. Maybe two with Ed here, but... Hunter definitely trying everything he can, I think, to get around that 51. Just hasn't quite worked for him yet. And that's one thing that you'll learn as a driver, AJ, is, if you don't win, what can you do better for next time? How can you constantly improve? Because if you're not looking to improve and you're staying stagnant, I think you're getting worse. You never want to stay the same. You always want to try to get better.
Yeah, I think what's going to hurt the 69 on Hunter Hastings the most
is the numbers.
Yeah. And then other than that, Gary, he's trying so hard to get by the 51. He's going to burn up his tires, and then he's just going to fall through the pack.
Did you see the 57 right there?
Sideways?
No, he was all over the back bumper of that 25, but now he's got to run. And he's saying, excuse me, pardon me, come through, gotta go.
Yeah, a lot of weird strategy calls from that 57 tonight. It's like he'd rather be in the back of the pack. Uh-oh, there goes the 9.
Sideways. We're going to have another caution.
Mike Rominger, it looks like he gets turned by Ben Corson.
No, Paul Irvin.
Paul Irvin, sorry. I saw the black and green.
All good. All good.
And then the face on the hood. So I immediately thought that was Ben 10. There's Mr. Clean.
Yeah, just a mistiming there for Mr. Clean there. Thought he might have cleared the 9 to the right, but he did not.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
And that's exactly what he said too. So I think they're going to put that on the 9, pending admin review.
On the 9?
I'm sorry, 48. They're going to put it on the 48.
I was going to say it was like, wait, you just said it was the 40. It's
Not
almost
bad.
It's 10. It's 10:30, everybody.
I've been pretty brain dead today, so.
Oh, I know the feeling, pal. Jeez.
I didn't take the W this morning. Speaking of W.
Yeah, speaking of W, I just got a watermelon, guava, and lime mixture with them, and it is absolutely fantastic. I also have the Dragonade, which is very, very good. But save 10% on all your orders because they are a sponsor here on the channel for All-Star 15 TV. Use code AS15TV at w.gg and you'll save 10% on all your orders.
And of course, W is a brand of energy drinks designed to be clean, flavorful, and focused on energy. I can definitely attest to that. I can tell when I don't take it versus when I do. The orange mango cream, whatever it is, that is really good. I've had it for the last few days. And of course their hydro package here.
Oh, did you end up
their-
getting the
their
hydro too?
I had them throw it in for me with my first order, and I tell you, I've had one of them, and it is pretty good stuff.
Yeah, if you guys have had anything like the Gatorade hydration or any of that kind of stuff, it's not the same, but it does the same. It has a lot more cleaner aspects of it, and honestly, it feels like you get hydrated a lot faster. You're able to be alert sooner, and it's basically a pick-me-up without the caffeine with the hydro packets.
Yes, I completely agree 100%. Where you're lacking in electrolytes and hydration, this definitely does the trick.
And it's not all that sugary stuff like you would get with Gatorade or Powerade or...
Yeah, yeah. Well, and really their products in general. It's not like drinking, for their energy side, it's not like drinking a Monster or,
Yeah.
Red Bull or something like that.
And
if
anybody's worried about, oh, I like my coffee, I like going to Dunkin' or Starbucks, you get a tub of W Energy, you have 30 servings. Within those 30 servings, you're going to end up paying about $1.57 per serving. When you go to Dunkin' or Starbucks, you're going to pay upwards $3 for a coffee.
$3-4, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Seemed like a pretty...
And I will tell you,
seemed like pretty
W,
easy for me.
With the energy that I got with the mango orange cream, I'm telling y'all, it's a coffee extract. So I'm getting about 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. So it's
and no
it's
crash.
good stuff. No crash, yeah, because you're not drinking the added sugar stuff like you would with the Red Bull or Monster. So good stuff. I recommend it. I use it. I know you use it, AJ. A lot of the guys on our team at Warrior are using it. So it is good stuff to use for sure.
And look at all these wave around trucks that we're about to have, Gary.
Yeah, a lot of wave rounds here. Not entirely surprised, especially with Dalton Fredericks of him wanting to take a wave here, but
it will put him back on the lead lap, even though he will have a disadvantage tire-wise.
Well, a little bit of a disadvantage tire-wise, but not too bad. Same with Ben. It's about 10 laps like it has been for most of the second portion of this race. But we're getting down to the end of this thing here, AJ.
Yeah, we're already under 10 laps to go. We'll be going green with 7 laps to go. The lady at the pay window is waiting for a driver to get up to her. But who's it going to be? We currently have over 20 people watching and even more on TikTok. Who are you thinking is going to win tonight's race? Who do you want to win tonight's race? Right now, that front row consists of the 51 of Justin Opplinger and the 57 of Scott Rambler. In row 2, it's the 69 of Hunter Hastings and the 7 of Ed Morris. And then Joe Darnell in the 29 and Logan Kogar in the 25 in that third lane. I couldn't tell you.
If you look at 3 out of the top 4, not counting Hunter Hastings, a lot of good closers in these first 2 rows, and a lot of wins amongst the 3 out of the first top 4 here. So going to be an interesting last 7 laps as the green flag's back in the air.
And no saving. It is going to be all the way to the finish. You don't have to worry about tire wear. You don't have to worry about fuel. And immediately that 51 opens up a 2 truck length gap to the 57.
Yeah, and we've seen it here tonight. You really don't want to get out to a big jump like that. It does help you through the first couple of turns, but then the rest of the pack will catch you in a hurry. The 69 was trying to make a commitment there to get around to 57. Not going to be able to work. Here comes the 57 down to the apron, I think. Here he goes. See, he's proven me to not be a liar. Thanks, Scott. 69 a little loose there.
Right back to the inside. The 57 is going to clear himself.
He's going to clear him. 51 kind of came down a little bit on him, though, so can't really put that all on Scott. No harm, no foul, and they keep going.
Coming to 5 laps to go. Barney the Flagman showing 5 fingers. Honestly, looking at everything that's happening, I might be maybe Daniel Krim, Paul Irvin, Joe Darnell right now. Because
Christian DeBoer, look at that in the 56 here as well, coming in here late. Oh, here comes the 51 down to the inside.
Yeah, DeBoer.
He's got help from Hunter Hastings. Here comes Ed Morris. He restarted fourth, and look at the front row. It's basically the same thing as it was before. the front four positions, anyway. 4 laps to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I still can't tell you who's going to come out on top. I know who I'd like it to be, and I know who you'd like it to be, but...
Honestly, I just want to see it all in one piece. I don't want to see a bunch of trucks heading to the vehicle graveyard.
That is very true. Here we go. 3 laps to go this time. Ed's going to go to the top, Scott to the middle, Opplinger to the bottom.
This should give the 7
Ed was thinking
really
different of it because
run.
he knew he wasn't going to have any help with Kogar back there. But he's just able to get such a big run, that 7 is off of turn number 2.
I think that had to do everything with the entry to turn 1 and how he cut down the top half of the racetrack. As 2 to go, dual popsicle sticks up in the air. 57 that time by.
It's getting close. It's going to get tight here. Here comes the 7. If this keeps up, he's going to have nowhere to go except to push.
As you see the 77
51 leaves that opening there, though. He might take it here. Here we go, AJ. White flag.
Yeah, do we get there? Do we get there?
We are going to get there. White flag. Sponsored by Wrestling with Nerds Podcast. New episodes every
Sunday.
Week. Sunday. Yeah, I didn't know what day. Sorry.
And that is exactly what Scott Rambler wanted to see.
3 wide for second. That's what Rambler wanted to see right there. 3 wide for second. Who's going to talk to us here at the end of this thing?
Well, I know possibly P1 couldn't give you an answer after that. As out
real
of
tight for second.
Turn 4, Scott Rambler is going to win the Las Vegas 200.
And I believe it is Logan Kogar second, according to scoring, and Justin Opplinger in third.
What a great battle over the last, 80 laps? Even with the couple cautions thrown in?
Yeah, wow. Great race in the last 20 laps by everybody involved, and good, clean finish right down to the end. Congratulations again to Scott Rambler on the dub.
That was amazing, Gary. I love it when we can get a clean battle for the race win with everybody. And that could have gone anyway. Could have been Rambler, could have been Kogar, Opplinger, Morris, or even Hastings. You got to give a lot of credit to that 6900 Hastings of how good he was throughout the whole race tonight. But let's run down the finishing order as you see the 57 burning it down in the background. But Scott Rambler is your winner. Logan Kogar in second. Third, Justin Opplinger. Fourth, it's Ed Morris. Then fifth, Hunter Hastings. Sixth, Paul Irvin. Seventh, it's Christian DeBoer. Eighth, Daniel Krim. Ninth, Joe Darnell. And rounding out the top 10, it's Mike Rominger. Gary, take us to 20.
Yeah, in that 11th spot here tonight, Chris Opplinger. 12th place is going to be Dalton Fredericks. 13th is Ben Corson. 14th is going to be Derek Bacorn, last truck on the lead lap. 15th is going to be Trevor Klein. 16th, Kyle Miller. 17th is going to be Brant Humphrey there. Solid night for him. 18th is going to be Caleb Bacon. 19th is Joshua Vidal. And rounding out the top 20 is going to be Caleb Lamb.
Ed Morris Sr. finishing in 21st. 22nd, it's Dustin Carroll. Eric Driggins in 23rd, Trenton Brantz in 24th, Matt Cochran in 25th, Adam Capps 26th, Michael Thwaites 27th, Jake Bustos running out the field in 28th. Now we will be talking to our podium finishers momentarily, but Gary, we've had another fantastic race with the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series. Last week on dirt. This week we go back to a 1.5 mile asphalt racetrack, and 2 weeks in a row and all season, there's been no disappointment with this truck series.
Yeah, absolutely no disappointment at all. A lot of good racing, and it's coming right down to the end here, to the playoffs here, and to seeing who's going to get that those last few spots. But good win tonight for Scott, and of course we still got the top 3 to interview, and everybody's here. AJ, ready to go.
All right, let's bring in the driver of the number 51. It's Justin Opplinger. Justin, what a battle over the last 20 laps. It could have gone anybody's way. How was it in the truck?
Frustrating probably the most. Yeah, it was really weird. That race is really weird. I don't really know what to say about it. Really, you just had to protect the top the whole time after like the first 4 laps into a run. But those last few laps, I was just trying to hold it down the best I could and not get into Rambler. You were really kind of sucked into a hole in the bottom, and you were just going backwards at that point. So I was just trying to hang on to a podium.
All right. Well, next week we head on to New Hampshire. Justin, how do you feel about New Hampshire here next week?
I definitely think it'd be a lot better than this track in my favors, but a lot of braking there, heavy braking, different lines that you can run. So I think a little bit more fun on my side of things, but
definitely a big short track for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a big short track. Martinsville on steroids.
Yeah.
But before we let you go, and as you celebrate a podium finish and prep for New Hampshire next week, any sponsors?
Yeah, I'd like to give a big thanks to the good Lord above, Mom and Dad for the sim, all the guys in Axis Racing Team, Broadcast, All-Star 15 TV, you guys up in the booth, Race Control, Ed Morris, RICMOTECH, Sim Equipment, and I think that's it.
All right, Justin. Well, thank you for coming.
Energy as well.
Also, but thank you for talking with us. We appreciate it, and congrats on the podium finish.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
All right, and we have caught up with second place Logan Kogar, Logan Gary here in the booth. Second place here tonight. I know you were just wanting that one position better, but you did edge out Justin Opplinger at the start-finish line there. Talk about your race. I mean, you started 27th. You're going to finish second here tonight, up 25 spots overall this evening. Talk about your truck. Talk about your race. Let's hear about it.
Well, it was a wild up and down race. I was in the top 10 most of the night, which was good, and we led quite a bit. We finished third there in the stage, which is good. I honestly thought if we could get more organized, I was going to get Scott there. We might get the win finally. But it was really fun there at the end. I'm just glad I was able to come home second.
All right, yeah, for sure. And next week we go to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Kind of a Martinsville on steroids there, but you got multiple lanes. It's going to be a lot of heavy braking, kind of a shorter track feel. How do you feel about next week at New Hampshire?
New Hampshire is one of my better tracks. I feel like I'm pretty good there.
All righty then. Well, was there anybody else you wanted to shout out tonight before we let you go celebrate that podium spot?
Nothing in particular. Just it was a great racing up at the front. And, glad I could come away with another podium. This is getting a little familiar now.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on P2, and we'll be seeing you next time at New Hampshire.
Thank you. You too.
All right, and I believe Scott, AJ has caught up with our winner, Scott Rambler.
Yeah, Scott Rambler, after a great race last night, finishing second. You come back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway to get the pole, grab the stage, and beat out some of the best this league has to offer late in tonight's race to come away with the win. How does it feel?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have been happy with a top 5, but walking away with a trophy is definitely a much better alternative.
I would say so, and the big check. You get the big check too. But dude, all night, you playing the strategy game with moving yourself towards the back of the pack earlier on in the race. Was that just to stay out of any incidents that could happen in front of you and give you plenty of time? And when did you pull the trigger? I was like, all right, it's time to go to the front.
As far as pulling the trigger on getting to the front, it just came down to a couple of the cautions. I just found myself up front, and I decided, okay, everybody that's going to cause an issue has wiped themselves out, so I'm just going to fight to stay up front and try to force these guys to use up their tires on the bottom line and see if I can't use them up a little bit so I can get the advantage at the end.
All right, dude. Well, we go to New Hampshire Motor Speedway next week. We go all the way from one side of the country to the other side. What are we expecting from the 57 next week?
New Hampshire isn't really one of my best tracks, so I'm definitely going to have to put in some tracks or some practice, but I guess we'll just have to see.
All right, dude. Well, before we let you go, plug those beautiful sponsors you have on board.
All right, for the second time in 2 days, got to thank JVM Graphics and Joe Hutchings for the beautiful paint scheme that I have here. Got to thank Jeff McConey and McConey Setup Shop, Ryan Fry's Trucking, and All-Star 15 TV with AJ Coppola as your host, and all the guys that get everything going at the league here in Extreme. Thanks to the admins and all the guys that showed up tonight. It was actually a really good race. That was fun and absolutely frenetic all the way through tonight. So it turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
All right, dude. Well, thank you for coming to talk with us, and congratulations once again on the win here this evening.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
All right, Gary, take us home.
Yeah, I mean, another great week of racing here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Another great night for it. We're going to do it again tomorrow night for the RICMOTECH Xfinity Series, where you'll see me in the number 27. Got a new sponsor, new look this week. Overseer News is hopping on board for Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Looking forward to having them on the car and they'll get to cover myself and our team moving forward as far as race results and those kind of things. But tonight's race was really good. Caution count, I think, from an admin perspective, is probably a little higher than what everybody else was wanting or expecting. But overall, really good race, really good win by Scott Ramler. Can't really say I'm surprised, even though he's been off the sim for 3 months. But getting back into it and coming away with a win and back-to-back podiums on back-to-back nights for Scott Ramler, I'd say he is doing pretty well.
I mean, what do they say? It's like riding a bike?
Yeah, pretty much. And Scott has been able to do that nonetheless. And really looking forward to tomorrow night. I think the Warrior Enterprises team is going to run solid per usual. And I know you get to have Mike Campigio up there upstairs with you tomorrow. We won't have to have as many reinforcements in the broadcast booth. So, but all jokes aside about how fat I am, just kidding.
It's not Gary.
But hey, but we're here, man, and good show as always, and really looking forward to tomorrow night, and I think a lot of drivers are too.
Yeah, dude, congratulations on the new sponsor. Good luck tomorrow night to you and your team, and for everybody, if you want to tune into the XMS RICMOTECH Xfinity Series, we go live at the exact same time, 8:45 Eastern, right here on All-Star 15 TV. We will catch you tomorrow night.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.